The Ninja Foodi versus the Instant Pot Duo Crisp. And I think anytime someone buys a device that does pressure cooking and air frying, the number one question is how well does it air fry? Because they all kind of pressure cook similar. Now these are comparable in price. Now, this is a 6.5 quart and this is an 8 quart, but we're going to do chicken breast tenderloins and side by side, and we're going to batter them and air fry them and see which one does better or if they're identical. I'm John Sanders, also known as Jelly 007. Let's make some chicken fingers. Okay, so if you follow my channel, you know I love Lawry's seasoning and I use it all the time, and I will throw out that I'm not sponsored or not affiliated by anything or anybody you see here. This is all nothing but me. They don't know who I am. But here's what they asked for. 3/4 cups of this seasoning, which is Lawry's Signature Southern Crispy Oven Baked Mix, and then 1 egg for 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken. Well, when you open the bag, I did, and poured it out, you got about 1.25 cups of their mix. So I'm going to use 2 eggs, and I actually have another box if I need to use it. And then this happens to be 2.12 pounds of chicken breast tenderloins, which I think are the ultimate chicken finger. Now there's a lot of what you can slice up chicken breast, and a lot of people do, but you can watch videos on YouTube of how to get this particular tenderloin out of the breast, and it just works better for a chicken finger, and that's just my opinion. We're not going to use these right now unless something goes bad, and then when we're redoing it, then we'll use those. But right now we're using these right here. These are just things you can dip them in. I'm going to move that in just a second. This happens to be my favorite right here, and but I don't have to tell you what you can dip them in. I'm going to take these right here, get this started. I'm going to break up those 2 eggs, mix them up, and then we're going to dip those in there. I'm going to put this in this bag, shake it up, and evenly distribute them between these 2 devices. And then I'm going to preheat these to 350 degrees, and we're going to see just how well they do. So y'all hold up and I'll be back. Okay, so I transferred the eggs to a larger bowl where I could kind of get that egg wash on those chicken tenderloins a little bit better. But we're about to pretty much drain, let those drain off. I'm going to put them in this bag, coat them up real well. These are preheated to 350 degrees. I've sprayed the baskets, both of them, with avocado oil. And we may use this again during the cook. We'll see how the chicken tenderloins are looking. Sometimes I spray them in the middle of the cook. But we'll see how that works. So when I come back, I'll have these, I'm going to let these, like I said, drain off and get them in here, get them coated real well. We'll be dropping them in those cookers. Be back. Okay, so here's what I've decided to do where I can kind of keep equal amount. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get all of this chicken in both of these. So I'm going to spread them out where I can do apples to apples, and trying to get the same, you know, and let you know what it looks like. There's what it looks like out of the bag. And like I said, I'm not sure all this is going to go in there, but we're about to find out. So we're going to put them in this one first, and I've reset the timers a little bit, and we're going to reset them again once this is, once we're a little further along with this. In fact, I got to get something to set that lid right there on, and we'll use this, because we're going to turn them both off at the same time. Again, apples to apples. I'm going to raise this lid and set this one off. Now, I'm going to try and get these, make sure you can see what I'm doing. And here's the first one going in. There's 1. There's 2. We'll do a couple right here. And I don't think I'm going to get them all in here, but it's no big deal. We'll have an idea how well they're going to do. But I'm not going to crowd them. I just decided that wasn't a good idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that one. 1, 2, 3. That's hot, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4 in here, and I'm going to put one more in there, and then we'll just have to figure out what I'll do with the rest of them. Maybe refrigerate them and cook them in a minute. But I'm going to, I'll let you see what they look like. There's what they look like in the Ninja, and here's what they look like in the Instant Pot. So the main thing right now is to get those lids back on and back down. We're off and running. I'm going to turn it all the way off. It's what I always do. I'll turn this one off too. We'll hit air crisp. We're going to go to 350. We're going to say, for the heck of it, 20 minutes. That's what it comes up with. We're going to be using the thermopen to see where we're at. And we'll do air fry right here. It's already at 350. We'll take that one to 20 also. And start. So we're back up and running. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them I'll have to refrigerate and do something else with. But honestly, without crowding them, 5 a piece. That's about all you can get in there without doing a layer, and I didn't want to do layers. So, all right, we're coming up on 10 minutes. So we're going to take a look at them. And they do not look bad. I'm debating on whether to flip them or not. Let's see what these look like. Almost identical. You know what? I'm going to do some temp checks and decide whether to flip them. But, you know, I don't think they just may not need flipping. We'll just have to flip one to see, I guess. So let's do that. Let's see what they are right now. And I have no reason to believe they're done. That's just the thickest one. But 160, well, I'm telling you that they just may be done. I'm gonna check this thin one. As a matter of fact, this one's telling me to turn food. I'm gonna take that off, and it won't hurt this. I've already tried it. I'm going to flip them just to see what the other side looks like. And the other side looks identical. So this is a panko crust. There's no doubt. It's not, you know, it's not like a fried chicken, normal fried chicken to me. I'm going to flip that one and this one. And I'm going to flip them all, and then we're going to let it run just a minute longer. And I think they're going to be ready. So I'll show you what they look like after I flip them, but I'm going to do that right now. Get them all flipped, then we'll show you what they look like. And they didn't, quite honestly, on either one of them, I don't think they needed flipping. They would have been fine like they were. But, because I didn't know, I did. And there is what the Ninjas look like. And here is what those look like. And yeah, I'm going to do a temp check just because I think they may be completely done at 10 minutes, which is not a, you know, that's very good. I got 165 right here. And they did not need flipping. So we're at a point, there's 170 on that one. 180. This chicken's done. The thickest one in here. 173. All right, I'm going to get them out. I shouldn't have even flipped them. I should have just pulled them out. So I'll just leave the camera running while I do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move this to right here. I'm going to set this right here, and we can keep them separated. I didn't mean to do that, but there's that one, Ninja. And this might add a little time to the video, but hey, fast forward if you need to. So there these are. And you know, this breading is a little different than I was thinking. I didn't realize it was as pankoed up as panko. I got a feeling it's going to be really good. It maybe not be the traditional chicken finger, you know, that I've seen before, or what you might expect for chicken finger, but it might be really good. In fact, that looks better on that side. That one looks better on that side. They all look good. And you saw me flip them pretty much for no reason. They didn't need flipping. I mean, look, they look fine on both sides, and that's both machines. Identical, and I say that all the time. these two devices cook. I have people, I wish I could get this one to hush. I have people ask me a lot of times which one I like best. Well, it depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to leave it on the counter all the time, I have no problem with this one. If you're going to be storing, I got no problem with either one of them, let me say that. But if you're going to be storing it, this one might store a little easier, especially if you're dealing with the 8-quart in this model. Just because that lid comes off, it's a little lighter, you know, or a lot of reasons. You got to come up, you really do have to have your own opinion on what your needs are. And that's just my opinion. We're going to let these cool down just a little bit. And I'm going to cut one up and we're going to see how it looks. But that might be really, really good. I think they look excellent. And that was 10 minutes in an air fryer, as simple as it gets. Let them sit there a minute and I'll be back. All right, like I said, they're identical. They look it. I haven't tasted them yet, and I'm using this because it is my favorite. Now, it's kind of a sweet honey mustard, but to me, it's exactly what I like and have for years. Although, I don't have to tell you, but as a matter of fact, let's cut one in half. Perfectly cooked, and they just are. I mean, it's as simple as that. We'll take this thick one. I'm going to taste it also. And my mouth I'm full of food, but there you go. Perfectly cooked also. I was kind of impressed with the 10 minutes. I don't know if I was expecting that or not, but they just did really well also. And I don't know what else to say. Kids, adults, everybody loves chicken fingers. And it's not just chicken fingers. I'm telling you, the tenderloin makes by far the best thing you'll cook your family. Now, you can use whatever batter you want, I'm sure. The Lawry's did do good. And I'm sure it would taste fine by itself without the honey mustard, but that panko gives it a little crunch, and it is definitely good. So, anyhow, now you know, the Ninja Foodi 6.5 quart versus the Instant Pot, there's no difference. And I've never found a recipe that there is. So, going to get off of that, tell y'all goodbye, and say, hey, I love y'all all. Y'all come back to see me, and try some chicken tenderloins in your air fryer or your Ninja Foodi or your Instant Pot Duo Crisp. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.